Hi everyone, I'm Caven. Welcome to today's creation. Let's get started and see how I made this. These are the colours for today's creation. I have a metallic copper, a mixture of a metallic green and a normal green, a cool red, a mixture of metallic blue and metallic violet, and a mixture of normal black and metallic black, and the Montmartre Supercell pouring paint. My pouring medium today, 50% PVA, 25% water, 25% Flourish. In all of the colours except the black and the gold, I've mixed some of this silicone oil from Montmartre, maybe 2 to 3 drops. The paper that I'm using today is from the paper mill. It's synthetic paper, just like Yupo paper. It has a beautiful surface and it takes acrylic paint and alcohol inks absolutely beautifully. I've just got it taped down with normal masking tape to stop the paint getting in and under the edge. It helps keep the edges clean and also the back clean as well. I'll be using this paper cup today because I am going to do a flip cup. I'm just going to pour my paints down the side of the cup in the hope that they won't mix too much. See how I've tried to layer them? And now it's time to flip. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I can already see some lovely little green cells and gold cells coming through here. I'm going to leave it just for a few minutes, just to let the paint come down. Going to spread a little bit of this around. Just so it's got something to slide on, rather than turning over on its own edges. All right. Now for the fun part, let's see what we've got. And now it's time to give it a bit of a tilt and a stretch. I have a bit too much paint, so I'm just chipping a little bit off. So I love the way the gold has shown up through here, and the gold and the green are beautiful together. I'm going to give it a bit of a torch now to see if I can pop some air bubbles and coax up any more cells. My trusty torch, bought from Bunnings. As always, keep it moving around, don't leave it in one place for too long, or you might end up burning your paint. There we go. I'll bring you in just a little bit closer so you can have a look. Some of these cells are formed. The gold and the green are quite beautiful together. But over here we've got a mixture of dark green and gold and a little bit of the black showing through. Not very much of the bluey purpley colour. I'm really impressed with this gold paint from Montmartre, this one here, the Supercell pouring paint. I think I'll be going back to buy some more of this. But for now I'm going to let this one dry and I'll bring you straight back and show you the dried results. I really love all the gold and the colours in it, but there was just something that I didn't like about it. And I wasn't quite sure what it was. So what I've decided to do is, you can see on this side, most of the background over here is a red or a kind of a purpley colour. What I've done over on this side is that I've gone around the cells in black and then I filled in the background colour also with black, and it's made the cells really stand out so much better. So I'm a lot happier with this side here. When you give a high contrast, for example, between the gold and the black background, the colours always seem so much brighter. Over here, gold is pretty, but it's a little bit dull. So the red background just didn't work for it at all. And some of the background is purple too, so I've decided that I'm going to use some of this stencil, not all of it. So what I'm thinking is maybe using this flower here and this one in some of these areas, perhaps, but in a different way this time. Usually when I do a stencil, I paint through the stencil and end up with a block of colour, and when you reveal the stencil it reveals the lines. But today what I'm going to do is just take my outline pen here and I'm going to use it just to outline parts of the stencil that I want to use. And I'll do the first little bit for you. Or where should it go? I think here would be a good place for it to go, and I'm going to use this one here. So I'm going to position my stencil in a way that I'm happy with, that kind of takes up most of that reddish colour. I'm just going to use some masking tape to hold it down. Masking tape won't hurt your painting in any way, and it will come off clean and not leave any residue at all. So this here is the one that I'm going to be working on. I'm just going to move it down a fraction. So what I'm going to be doing is using it to trace around. Okay, I've done all the parts of the flower. So let's have a look at it. I don't have to take care removing my masking tape as I do when I've got paint on it. Okay, now that might be hard to see. It is a little bit. I'll just take you a little bit closer and show you what it's done. So you can just see the flower showing up there. It's a little bit hard with the glare. I hope you can see it okay. So I've marked out where my flowers are going to be now, and I think that that will just break up the background nicely. This is what I have now. I decided to take some of the cells out because it just looked a bit too cluttered. I think perhaps the light source might be coming from here. Or perhaps from here, which means that the white part to show 3D will be on the right hand side of the cells as I have them here. So just as an example, this purple cell here will show a light source on that side of the cell. I'll just show you what I did there. So this purple cell here will have the light source coming on the right hand side of it, and just by doing something as simple as that, it begins to look more 3D. Well, I finally finished putting light source on the edges of the cells. So the light source is coming from this direction here. That took me about 3 hours to do. Patience is a virtue. So I'm really happy with the way this has turned out now. There's some beautiful colours in the pour, some beautiful gold and purple and almost opal colours in some of the cells. Contrast with the black background I think is much better than the background that we had before, and I've left the little dots because I'm still trying to kind of link the flowers to each other and also to the painting itself. So they remind me of little spores coming from this flower here and blowing away in the wind, joining all of this with all of this. I feel like the composition is so much more balanced now, and I'm much happier with it.